It is 1917, a year etched in history, marked by global conflict and profound change. The world is at war, empires clash, and nations are locked in a bitter struggle for dominance. But far from the trenches, in the quiet rolling fields near Fatima, Portugal, life continues at a slower pace. Yet even in this serene landscape, another drama is unfolding, a story that will soon capture the world's attention. Here, 3 shepherd children, young souls entrusted with the care of their flock. Lucia dos Santos, the eldest, and her younger cousins, Francisco and Jacinta Marto, innocent and devout, tend sheep and pray, finding solace and connection in their faith, living simple lives, untouched by the turmoil of the world beyond their fields. But on May 13th, a seemingly ordinary day, their world changes forever, irrevocably altered by an event that defies explanation. They claim to see a lady, a vision of ethereal beauty, brighter than the sun, radiating a light that pierces the very soul, atop a small tree, an oak in the Cova da Iria. She asked them to return to this very spot, each month on the 13th, for 6 consecutive months, a series of meetings with destiny, promising a secret, a message meant for the world, shrouded in mystery. The children's story spreads quickly through the small village, carried on the wind like whispers, drawing skepticism from parents, who struggle to understand their children's claims, anger from authorities, who see the events as a threat to the newly established republic, and curiosity from villagers, eager to witness the unfolding events. In a newly secular Portugal, where the influence of the church is waning, their claims are seen with suspicion as dangerous superstition, a relic of the past that threatens the progress of the nation. The children are interrogated relentlessly, pressured to deny their story, threatened with dire consequences, even briefly jailed in an attempt to break their spirit. But they refuse to recant, their faith unwavering in the face of adversity. Their unwavering conviction, their steadfast belief in what they saw, draws crowds to the Cova da Iria, transforming the once quiet field into a place of pilgrimage, all hoping for a miracle, seeking solace, and yearning for answers in a world consumed by war. This is more than a tale of faith. It's a story that touches upon the deepest questions of human existence. It's a historical puzzle, a complex web of events that continues to fascinate and intrigue. What really happened on that fateful day in May? Was it a genuine vision, a divine intervention in the affairs of humanity, a mass delusion fueled by religious fervor and the anxieties of the time, or something else entirely, something that defies easy categorization? The children say the lady, the radiant figure they encountered, entrusted them with 3 secrets, prophecies of immense significance, prophecies that would shape history, altering the course of nations and the fate of millions. The first 2 would be revealed to the world, warnings and predictions that resonated with the events of the 20th century. But the third would remain hidden, a closely guarded mystery, locked away by the Vatican, its contents debated and speculated upon for generations. For decades, shrouded in secrecy and intrigue, the stage is set, the players are in place, for one of the Church's greatest mysteries, a story that continues to challenge and inspire. 3 children, witnesses to the extraordinary, a secret, a message from beyond, and a world waiting for answers, yearning to understand the meaning of Fatima. The events at Fatima, a series of apparitions and prophecies, would challenge belief, pushing the boundaries of faith and reason, divide the faithful, sparking debate and controversy that continues to this day, and spark a mystery that has captivated the world for over a century, that endures to this day, a testament to the power of faith and the enduring allure of the unknown. The children's steadfastness, their unwavering commitment to their story, becomes the heart of the story, the foundation upon which the entire narrative rests. Their visions ignite a firestorm of debate, hope, and controversy, dividing believers and challenging skeptics alike, faith and doubt, forcing the world to confront the possibility of the impossible. The world watches with bated breath, captivated by the unfolding drama as the mystery deepens, drawing us further into the heart of the enigma. What began in a quiet field in rural Portugal, a seemingly insignificant event, will soon captivate millions across the globe, transforming Fatima into a place of pilgrimage and a symbol of hope. The whispers of Cova da Iria, the echoes of a vision, are about to echo across history, shaping the world in ways that no one could have imagined. Each month, from May to October, the anticipation in the small village of Fatima grew. The children, guided by faith and a sense of duty, returned to the Kova Da'iria, the site of their profound encounters. They followed the lady's instructions meticulously, drawn by an unseen force. With every visit, the crowd swelled, word of the apparition spreading like wildfire across the Portuguese countryside. At first, just dozens came, seeking solace and perhaps a glimpse of the divine. Then thousands, drawn by stories of miracles and messages of hope. The growing phenomenon attracted all sorts, including skeptics and journalists, eager to uncover the truth behind the claims. The lady's message, delivered through the children, is simple yet profound. Pray with sincerity and devotion, do penance, seeking forgiveness and spiritual growth, and seek peace, both within yourselves and in the world around you. Lucia is the main spokesperson, the conduit through which the messages are delivered. Francisco and Jacinta see and hear the same visions. But Lucia alone speaks directly with the lady, relaying her words to the ever-growing crowds. The children's lives are transformed irrevocably. They become seers, figures of immense public interest, scrutinized by all, from religious authorities to government officials. The pressure is immense, the weight of expectation heavy on their young shoulders, but they persist, unwavering in their faith and commitment. The climax arrives on October 13th, 1917, a day etched in the annals of history. 70,000 people gather in the rain-soaked fields of Fatima, awaiting a promised miracle, a sign that would validate the children's claims and solidify their faith. Suddenly, as if on cue, the rain stops. Clouds part, revealing a scene of ethereal beauty, and the sun appears to dance in the sky, a spectacle witnessed by tens of thousands, spinning with dizzying speed, casting colored lights, painting the sky with vibrant hues, and seeming to plunge towards earth, inspiring both awe and terror. Witnesses are stunned, their faces reflecting a mixture of disbelief and religious fervor. Their soaked clothes and the ground, saturated from the relentless rain, are suddenly dry, as if touched by a divine hand. Newspapers report the event, with headlines that capture the magnitude of what occurred, fueling debate. Was it a miracle? A sign of divine intervention? Mass illusion? A product of collective hysteria? Or natural phenomenon? An atmospheric event misinterpreted by a crowd yearning for hope? For many, the miracle of the sun, as it became known, confirms the children's claims, solidifying their place in religious history. The apparitions end, the lady's visits ceasing after that momentous day, but the secrets remain, shrouded in mystery and speculation. The world is left to wonder. What was the true nature of the events at Fatima? What messages did the children receive? And what do they mean for humanity? The story of Fatima is only beginning, its mysteries continuing to captivate and inspire millions around the world. After the apparitions, the world watched with bated breath, wondering what impact these divine encounters would have. But soon, tragedy strikes. Francisco and Jacinta, the young visionaries, succumb to illness and die young, their lives cut short, just as the lady foretold. Lucia, the remaining visionary, enters religious life and becomes a nun, dedicating her life to God, entrusted with the secrets, the weight of the messages heavy on her shoulders. In 1941, as the world teeters on the brink, amid another devastating world war, a conflict threatening to engulf all of humanity, she is told to reveal them, to share the messages with the world. The first secret, a terrifying vision of hell, a glimpse into the abyss, shown to urge prayer and sacrifice for the salvation of sinners. The second secret, a chilling prophecy, that the Great War, the war to end all wars, will indeed end. But a worse one, a more devastating conflict will come if humanity does not heed the warning, if people do not change their ways and turn away from sin. And a sign is given, a night illuminated by an unknown and extraordinary light, a spectacle in the heavens, widely seen as the aurora of 1938, a celestial event just before the outbreak of World War II. The secret warns of Russia's errors spreading throughout the world, the rise of communism causing wars, revolutions, and the persecution of the Church and the faithful, unless Russia is consecrated to Mary's Immaculate Heart, a specific act of devotion to Mary's Immaculate Heart, a plea for divine intervention. These prophecies, laden with warnings and hope, fuel anti-communist sentiment across the globe, particularly during the tense years of the Cold War. The first two secrets are eventually revealed to the public, stirring both faith and fear. But the third, the most enigmatic of all, remains hidden for decades, locked away, deepening the mystery and fueling endless speculation. What could be so grave, so earth-shattering, that it must stay secret for so long, concealed from the eyes of the world? The world waits with anticipation for the final, long-awaited revelation. The third secret is different. Lucia withholds it, saying heaven has not permitted its release. In 1944, gravely ill, she writes it down, seals it and instructs it not be opened until 1960. The envelope is passed to the bishop, then to the Vatican secret archives. As 1960 approaches, anticipation grows. Pope John XXIII opens the letter, reads it with advisors, but decides not to reveal it. The Vatican issues a vague statement, refusing to guarantee the message's authenticity. The secret remains locked away, fueling wild speculation. Was it too terrifying, too controversial, or a threat to the Church itself? The sealed envelope becomes a symbol of Vatican secrecy. The mystery of the third secret deepens, lasting another 40 years. The world is left in suspense. The new millennium brings Pope John Paul II, who feels a personal connection to Fatima. On May 13, 1981, he survives an assassination attempt, crediting the Virgin of Fatima for saving his life. In 2000, the Vatican announces the third secret will finally be revealed. The text describes a vision, a bishop in white, the Pope, climbing a ruined city, praying for the dead, then being killed by soldiers. Angels collect the blood of martyrs. The Vatican interprets this as a symbolic prophecy of the Church's suffering in the 20th century, culminating in the 1981 attack. Cardinal Ratzinger explains it is not a prediction of the future, but a vision of past trials. The Vatican declares the prophecy fulfilled and the case closed, but many are unsatisfied. The revelation raises more questions than it answers. The mystery is far from over. The Vatican's explanation disappoints many, especially the so-called Fatimites. They expected a direct, earth-shattering message, not an allegory tied to past events. Discrepancies in the document's description, one sheet or four, fuel suspicions of a cover-up. Some church officials had hinted at a warning about a crisis of faith, not just martyrdom. The timing, 1960, just before Vatican II, adds to the intrigue. Was the real secret a prophecy about upheaval within the Church? Skeptics argue the true message remains hidden. The debate intensifies. Alternative theories flourish. Some believe the secret foretells a great apostasy, a crisis of faith starting at the top of the Church. Others see warnings of nuclear war or global catastrophe, withheld to prevent panic. The mysterious etc. in the second secret is seen as a clue to a missing, more direct message. These theories, built on fragments and speculation, persist because many feel the story is incomplete. Is the real secret a warning about the Church's own future, or a prophecy too dire to reveal? The Fatima mystery endures. For believers, Fatima is a sign of divine intervention and hope. For skeptics, it's a product of history, psychology, and politics. The miracle of the sun and the secrets are debated. Miracle or mass illusion, prophecy or hindsight. The Vatican's secrecy is seen as either prudence or control. The final revelation, tied to John Paul II, is closure for some, anticlimax for others. The real power of Fatima may lie in its mystery. It forces us to confront faith, doubt, and the search for meaning. The whispers from Fatima still echo, inviting each of us to decide what we believe.